Thank you so much for joining. Tonight we have a practice that's going to open up the side body. So we're really going to think about expanding through the rib cage, opening up the intercostal muscles, which don't often get a lot of use in our day-to-day life, but it's important to keep them really healthy and strong for any twisting motion we do through the torso. And it also just helps keep our posture, the rib cage lifted, the heart lifted. So we're really going to think about the side body quite a bit and stretch and also strengthen through a couple of core postures as well. So let's begin first just sitting on the mat. I'm going to sit up on a blanket myself and just do a couple of minutes of mindful breath work and meditation. So maybe just sit nice and comfortably. Start to close your eyes if you're comfortable with that, or you can just bring your gaze down your nose. And begin to feel the quiet as it wraps around you. You may or may not have audible noises in the vicinity where you're practicing, so you may not think it's quiet. You may hear the sounds of your house or other things going on. But the quiet I want you to feel is a self-induced quiet. Quiet of the mind, the quieting of your body. Go ahead and take a deep breath in. Allow that breath to come in and fill your lungs and expand your chest in all three dimensions. Let it out and all the way down. Feel your body as it's pulled down toward the earth. Let your shoulders drop. And just feel yourself arrive. You may already have been in your spot on the mat, but right now, feel yourself truly arrive. This area is a sacred space, a space that is reserved for a connection that you can make between your body, your mind, and your spirit beyond. Arrive in this space and find gratitude. Find gratitude for this precious time for your practice. Find gratitude for your existence upon the earth. Gratitude for being able to spend another beautiful day living, breathing, actively pursuing the things that matter most to you. Allow your heart to fill with this gratitude without ever taking it for granted, but knowing that it's such a precious gift. This existence. Just take a few breaths and reflect on that within this sacred space. Take another breath in. Draw this breath in deeply into your lungs. Make it the deepest breath you've made so far today. Hold at the top of that breath. Pause and feel the expansion, the energy. And then exhale, let it all the way out. Begin to open your eyes or bring your gaze forward. Go ahead and change the crisscross of your legs, whichever way you were sitting the first time. Cross them the other way, the way that feels strange sometimes to us. So we even things out. We're going to do a couple of little neck stretches to begin. So I would like you to sit up nice and tall in Sukhasana. Draw the energy up through your spine. Lift the crown of the head upward. Keep your chin parallel to the floor. Inhale, and then bring your chin over to your left shoulder. Now, wherever you feel the right side of your neck begin to feel some restriction, pause there. Stop the twist. Actively release that right shoulder down. Feel as if your elbow is weighted and that side of your body is dropping down. You may even feel the stretch coming all the way up into the throat, under your tongue. Take another deep breath in here. As you exhale, perhaps you can turn the chin a hair or two more to gaze over your left shoulder. But stop before you get to any pain or deep resistance. Just pause there at the edge. Next breath in, bring your chin back to center. Once again, lift up. Breath in draws you up. Exhale, bring your chin over your right shoulder and stop where you feel the neck begin to constrict, begin to tighten up, and then actively drop your left shoulder down. So we're creating space between your earlobe and your shoulder. Keep breathing, stretching, noticing. Next breath in and then out as you draw the chin a little bit further, perhaps just a hair or more over that shoulder. Very gentle neck stretches are the best. Getting deep into the soft tissue without damaging the spine. All right, inhale, bring the chin back to center. Let's just drop the head down. Keep your back straight and lift up through the upper back, but just let your chin drop down to the breastbone. So feel as if your head is a 10-pound bowling ball and it's just dropping forward. And imagine those little spaces behind the vertebra of the neck, the little tiny cervical vertebra. Create space and energy and blood flow around those spinal discs. Deep breath in through the back of the neck. Exhale, let both shoulders drop down. And then inhale, bring the head back to center. I'm going to do one more. So this time we're going to take the left hand, bring it across your head just so that your fingertips are touching the top of your right ear. And then very, very gently tilt your head over to the left. You will probably feel, if you're anything like me, feel a lot of tension and resistance coming down from the ear and sliding over the top of your right shoulder. Really, really extra gentle here. This is a very subtle but very, very useful stretch. One more breath. Inhale, bring it back up to center, and let's just switch that next stretch to the other side. So right hand comes across, tips of the fingers just touching the left ear. Left fingertips are down on the mat, and just slowly draw the head to the side. I don't know if it's just me, but boy, that is a very tight area for me. And you just want to soften that shoulder down. Gentle, gentle as it goes. One more breath. And inhale and come back up to center. All right, let's just get some mobility in the shoulders here. So we stretch them, but we didn't really stretch them much, we just stretched the neck, but we're going to roll them forward and back. This loosening up, feeling nice and round joint, just like a little tennis ball on either side, rolling around and around. One more time, forward and back, and then we'll bring them back the other way. So draw the elbows straight back, and then take your elbows out like wings and bring them forward. So draw them back, and then wing them forward. Draw them back, forward, draw back, and wing them forward. Wonderful. Let's take the hands on the knees. Got just one more thing before we change out of this position. So we're actually going to come into a seated cat position. So we're going to take the hands on the knees, we're going to round the back, and just let your weight fall backward. You're supporting yourself with hands on the knees. Let your weight fall backward, stretching the upper back. Head can come down, chin to chest. Stay here for a breath in and out. And then slowly bring it up, coming into a seated cow. We're going to lift the heart. Breastbone is reaching up toward the ceiling, arching the back, a little back bend here as the chin raises up. Stay here for one full breath. And release, come back to cat. And then inhale, come forward to seated cow. And then take that one more time through both variations, cat and cow once again. So nice, gentle opening for the neck, the shoulders, a little bit of the upper back. Go ahead and come off of the blanket. Not sure if we'll need it again, maybe not. So we probably can just put that off to the side. And we're going to come to just a seated position. So we're already in a seated position. I'm going to turn around this way so that you can see what I'm doing. So we're going to come into a little twist. This is a little different variation on a twist. So both legs are going to be coming off to the same side. Instead of crossing the legs, we're going to bring them over to the same side. So my lower leg comes underneath, and it's going to just sort of fit into the crook of the arch of the top of the foot. So for me, I've got both legs coming off to the right. So my one foot is just kind of situated here, connected to the other one. We're going to take both arms around, away from the feet. So I'm going to turn away from you. We're going to start to move the belly away from the feet. Little by little. We're going to stay here for 3 breaths on each side. So as always, come to your first stopping point wherever you feel the resistance in the spine. When you feel that position, take a breath in, lift up, and as you exhale, twist a little further. Again, inhale, lift up, and turn a little further still. Maybe you're looking over the shoulder, maybe you want to keep the neck a little more straight. Just feel the upper back. So you're feeling this twist in the upper back and around the rib cage. All right, come back to center. Let's switch and we'll bring the legs on the other side. So just hooking those feet together as they connect. Turn and bring your arms away from the side of your feet. Lift yourself up. Inhale, and then start to move the belly the other way. So twisting around, you're aiming toward looking to the back of your mat, but honestly, it doesn't matter how far you go. Just feel the posture rather than try to measure where you're headed or by any other standard. I believe in just feeling what's right for you. Take another breath in. Deepen your twist. All right, inhale and come back to center. All right, so we're going to come on up to hands and knees. My little friend here is going to have to move in just a minute. She seems pretty comfy there, but it's not going to last for long. So come up to hands and knees, come to tabletop position. Pull my hair out of the way. From tabletop position, we're just going to take a really neutral spine here for a moment. So press down through both of the hands, lengthen through your spine, reach the crown of the head forward. Deep breath in. Exhale, press back to child's pose. Inhale, come forward, take a cow tilt, drop the belly down. Exhale, press back to child's pose. Inhale, rock forward once again, little back bend in cow. Exhale, stretch it back to child. Reach your hands out nice and long. Really open up underneath the armpits. Stretch your triceps. Deep breath here and a nice long stretch. Your belly's just resting on top of your thighs. One more breath. Exhale. And then inhale, come back up to table position. All right, from tabletop, we're going to lift those knees up and press up to a downward facing dog. So press up and back. Keep your knees nice and bent for these first few downward dogs. No need to overstretch the hamstrings. You can lift your heels up, but just press your hips up nice and high toward the ceiling. Lengthen through your spine. So think about your upper back, especially reaching forward, and your lower back reaching up. Deep breath here in downward dog. And then inhale, we're going to roll the back. So we're going to create a cat stretch roll as we come forward to plank position. My cat's doing her stretches right in front of me. This is ridiculous. From our plank position, we're going to exhale back to downward facing dog. Inhale, roll the back, cat stretch forward to plank. Exhale back, downward dog. One more time, roll the back forward, so arch the back up, cat stretch to plank. And one more time back to downward dog. Walk the hands backwards towards your feet. 1, 2, 3. Coming into a forward fold position, bend your knees very generously. Let your belly drop down to your thighs. Give your head a couple of yes-no shakes. Just let the neck release. Let your shoulders be soft. If it feels like you want to, you can grab each of your elbows, come into a little ragdoll. Just let everything drip down toward the mat. And then release the elbows. We're going to come all the way up. So walk your hands up the body nice and slow. Make sure you rise without any dizziness. Come all the way up. Arms are going to reach overhead. Nice long body stretch. And then exhale, bring your hands by your side. Inhale, next your right arm up. Reach it over the ear and come into a nice crescent moon toward the left. Roll that right shoulder back, maybe gaze upward slightly, but you're going to feel those right ribs opening up. You're going to press down through the outside of your right ankle, really anchoring yourself down through your right foot. Deep breath, one more here, crescent moon. And then inhale, bring both arms up and exhale, forward fold. Inhale, come all the way back up. Reach the arms overhead. Exhale, right hand comes down and left arm's going to come over the ears. We're going to get that full body stretch with a crescent moon toward the right. Roll that left shoulder slightly back. Feel the stretch now even more underneath the left armpit. Left ribs opening. Inhale, bring both arms up and exhale, forward fold. Walk your hands forward. Come all the way down. Come to downward facing dog and stretch back to down dog. All right, inhale, come forward and down to your knees. So from this position, we're going to actually come down to the belly. Here's where my kitty cat's probably going to have to move out of the way. Silly girl. She is not inclined to move tonight. So we're going to come down to the belly. I'm going to bring my hands right underneath my shoulders, and we're going to press up to a little baby cobra. So to do so, I want you to press down through the tops of your feet. They're a little bit wider than hip distance. Press down through the tops of your thighs and press your pubic bone down toward the floor. So this anchors the lower part of your body and allows you to get the lift in the upper body as we come up to just a little baby cobra. So my shoulders are relaxed. My elbows are tight to the body. I'm looking forward, so my neck is a nice long extension of the spine. Core's holding you in place. Lower abs really working here to keep everything locked in place. And then exhale, let it all come down. Wonderful. All right, from this position, we're going to roll over to one side. So I'm going to face toward you. You can turn to either the left or the right, whichever is easiest for you to see your camera here, and then we'll turn on the other side. So we're going to come to the side of the body, and you can just cradle your head in your hand. The lower leg underneath can be a little bit bent, and this helps you just to maintain your balance. And with the upper leg, we're going to bend the knee and lift that knee up. Now see if you can slide your hand down to your foot. Grab hold of your big toe. If you've got it that far, we're going to start to lift the leg up, extending it a little at a time. Try to maintain your balance on the side of your body. If you can't completely extend the leg the whole way, that's okay. Your knee can be bent. You're just lifting and reaching. Looks great from what I can see here. Breathe, feeling that stretch through the inner groin. Relax your top shoulder. One more breath. And then bend the knee, allow it to come safely down. We're going to do a couple of leg lifts in the same position. So with a bent knee, we're going to lift it up and down, up and down, up and down, up and down, using that glute muscle 2 more times just for good measure. And then bring it down. Roll to your belly, and let's try that on the other side. So this time I'm going to be facing away from you, but you know more or less where we're going. So the lower leg is bent. Find your balance on the side, cradle your head. Lift that left leg up this time, or the opposite leg, whichever one. See if you can grab your big toe and slowly begin to lift the leg up. Now the key to this is to try to stay on the side body so you don't fall forward or fall too far back. And also, a little extra, if you can externally rotate your thigh, you're going to get a little extra stretch in that muscle. Stay here for 2 more breaths. Might feel a little cramping. Some of us did in our class earlier this morning. You may feel it in the glute. And then slowly bend the knee safely. Bring that foot all the way down. Bring your hand down. And then we'll just do a few strengthening leg lifts. So we're going to lift it up and down. Just working that glute muscle up and down. Up, down, up, and down. 2 more for good measure. Up, down, up, and down. Go ahead and roll back to your belly. Bring your hands underneath your shoulders. Press yourself up, and then back to a nice stretchy child's pose. You may want to leave your hips up a little bit higher, and then on each side, just kind of press into each side a little bit more than the other. You'll really feel the stretch as it comes around the lower back and the hip. Just releasing the muscles that we just worked on that side posture. And then maybe stretch a little bit onto the other side. That feels super good to me. Hopefully it does to you as well. Nice deep breaths. All right, come all the way forward. Come back to tabletop position. Press yourself up and back, downward facing dog once again. And then tiptoe this time to the forward part of your mat, coming to forward fold. Inhale, come all the way up. Reach those arms overhead. This time connect your palms at the top. Interlace your fingers. Press your palms up to the ceiling so your open palm is reaching up. And then exhale over to the right. Once again, stretching into the left side of the body. Trying to keep a nice long stretch anchor through that left foot. Breathe, open the ribs. Oof. And then inhale back to center. Exhale over to the left. Nice and slow. Really feel those muscles in between the ribs getting a stretch. Lungs are getting extra space. Wonderful. Inhale, bring both hands up and exhale, forward fold. All right, From forward fold position, go ahead and come on down to hands and knees once again. So we're going to come to a supported version of side plank this evening. We're going to come into it in a little different way. So I'm going to show you, if you want to take just a second, because I want to demonstrate where we're going with this. Because I can't remember if we've done this before. But in my class this morning, it was the first time, so the demo really helped. So from a tabletop position, what I'm going to be doing is bringing one arm forward like a bird dog, and I'm going to be stretching one leg back. So with my leg in the back, I'm going to slide over so I'm on the side of that back foot, and then take my front leg to bring it up for the kickstand to the plank. So again, it's just sliding onto the side of the foot so that you can use that as your extended leg in plank, and then the other leg comes up and creates the kickstand. So let's see if we can give that a try together. Starting off in tabletop, we're going to reach the right arm forward, stretch and lengthen through that right side, and then take the left leg back. So my left toes are still touching the mat. And then I'm just going to shift so that I roll to the outside of my extended foot, and I'm going to create the kickstand with my right leg. Eventually, you can bring that right arm up. You got it, you got it. I can see it. Good job. Breath. Keep lifting up through the side body. This is our core strengthener through the side. You got it. And then bring the hand down. Bring both knees down. Take a little breath. Let's take a cat-cow in the middle just to recalibrate. So drop the belly down. Inhale. Exhale. Stretch it up. And then come back to center. Great job. That's not the easiest one to figure out first time through. So let's try that again. We're going to go on the other side. So this time I'm going to reach the left arm forward. I'm going to be taking the right leg back. So take this nice stretchy bird dog. Really get a nice stretch to begin. Fingers reaching. And then roll to the outside of the back foot. Left foot comes up as your kickstand. Left arm reaches up for support. Keep lifting up through that side body, so don't let yourself collapse. Let the core do the work, not the shoulders. One more breath if you can hold it. All right, unwind, bring that left hand down. Hands and knees both come down. Press back to a child's pose. Release everything down. 2 full breaths here. As you're ready, come on back up. From tabletop position, we're going to take the right elbow down underneath the shoulder. Left arm is going to reach out in front, coming to the melting heart. Getting the longest stretch you can imagine from your left fingers all the way back to the waistline on the left hip. Let your heart simply melt down. Nice deep breath here, Anahatasana, melting heart. Okay, we're really focusing tonight on the side body, the rib cage, underneath the armpits, triceps. Opening everything up for more breath capacity. Always a good thing. All right, slide the left hand back, press yourself up, Let's try that on the other side. Left elbow comes down, right arm reaches forward. Melt your heart down. Reach those right fingers as far as you can. Feel that energy coming all the way up through the fingers, back to the right hip. 3 deep breaths here. And one more. Very nice. Slide your right hand back. Press up to tabletop position. Curl your toes under. Lift up, downward facing dog. Downward facing dog, bring your right foot forward between your hands. Come to a low runner's lunge. From low lunge, we're going to drop the heel of the right foot. We're going to lift up and open up into warrior two. So dip into your front right knee, which is tracking over your right ankle. Arms reaching out side by side. Anchor yourself down through that left foot, through the outside of the left foot, so you really feel stable at the center. Take a breath and gaze over your right middle finger. Drop your left hand to your thigh, lift your right arm up. Nice, long, stretchy, exalted warrior. Exhale back to warrior two. We're going to take the right forearm to the top of the thigh. Lift the left arm up, coming into side angle. If you can, bring that arm slowly over your ear. And now we're reaching as far as we can from left fingertips all the way down to that ankle. Take care not to dip forward and let your weight fall forward, but keep opening your shoulder, maybe even gazing up toward the ceiling. One more deep breath here. And then strongly reach back up. One more time, exalted warrior. So we're just going to keep that stretch going now on the other side. And then bring the right arm forward and down. Bring your left arm down, come back to a low lunge, and lift your right arm up, come into a lunging twist. Right arm's going to reach up. Beautiful. Bring that right hand down, slide the right foot back, downward facing dog. One full breath here. Exhale, release. Bring the left foot forward this time. Bring it up between your hands. Starting position, low lunge as we prepare for warrior two. The right heel comes down and then lift up. Nice strong core lifting you up. Open those arms wide. Anchor down through the outside of the right heel. As you soften your shoulders, gaze over your left middle finger. Beautiful. And then take your right hand to your right thigh. Lift that left arm up. Curve it over your ear. Beautiful. Exalted warrior. And then exhale. Come back to warrior two. Left forearm can rest on the top of your thigh. Right arm reaches up. And then eventually bring your hand forward. So there's just this beautiful long line of energy from right fingertips all the way down the side body. Feel how much we've stretched and opened the side of the body today. Breathe into this opening. Inhale, come back up one more time, exalted. Keep those arms curving over and back. Beautiful. And then cartwheel your arms down. Bring the right hand to the mat, low lunge. Left arm sweeps up for a twist. Exhale, bring the left hand down. Slide the left foot back, press back, downward facing dog. Walk your feet up to the front of the mat. Come to forward fold. Uttanasana. Inhale, slowly rise to the top. Reach the arms up and over. And then circle the arms backward, around and behind you. Interlace the fingers behind your back. Squeeze your shoulder blades together. Lift your heart. Chin reaches up toward the sky. Exhale, come forward with a flat back. Pause in a flat back position. Lift your hands up off of your lower back if you can. Press them away, again squeezing those shoulder blades together. Collarbone is now open and wide in the front. Throat is beautifully open. Inhale and come back up. Release your hands. Urdhva Hastasana, upward facing hands. Exhale and forward fold. Step back. Bring your knees down, come to tabletop. Pivot on your right knee and bring the foot off the mat to the right. Extend your left leg down the mat, lift up, come to Stargazer. Breathe here and see if maybe you can bring that left leg up off of the mat, pressing the heel away, just a little bit more core strength on the side here. Eventually, if you want to try this, you can bend to the left knee. If it's lifted, roll your shoulder back and grab hold of that foot. Just options, just things to continue to think about and work toward. Unwind, come back down to table. Pivot on the left knee, left foot comes off to the mat. Open up Stargazer on the other side, lifting the arm up. Breathe, open that side body, and then maybe challenge yourself by lifting the right leg up. You may feel some of this in your glutes tomorrow, I'm not gonna lie. A couple of these stretches and strengthening moves, you might feel it. If you want to try to bend the knee, reach your arm back. You might be able to grasp your foot only if that feels appropriate. If not, it's just an option. All right, let's bring the hand down, bring the knee back down. Come back to tabletop position, and we're just going to go around the world. So we're just going to bring the weight from hand to hand and knee to knee. Circling, just recalibrating everything. Sometimes this actually even can pop your back, which seems strange, but it does that for me sometimes. And then just circle around the other way. This just helps kind of bring everything back into normal alignment. To hands and knees position. We're going to come on down to our seat. Coming into another twist before we leave this practice today and sitting up. This time we are going to extend the left leg out and we'll cross the right foot over the left knee. So we're just crossing our leg over. We're going to sit up nice and tall. Then take the left arm across the body. See if you can extend it on the outside of your right thigh. So tuck that right thigh in toward the body a little bit more, coming kind of closer to your armpit if that feels okay. Right hand then comes behind the body to help provide your stability. Lift your torso up. Take a breath in and then start to move your navel toward the right, twisting like a screw, but starting with the lower part of your belly, and then eventually bringing your chin to look over your right shoulder. Keep pressing down through your right foot and toes, anchoring the lower part of your body. Breathe. Stay grateful for this practice. Grateful for this gift. Beautiful. Let's gently unwind, come back to center. And we'll try that on the other side. This is Half Lord of the Fishes pose, or Ardha Matsyendrasana. So sit up nice and tall. Left foot is going to cross over this time. Right arm comes across. Bring that left thigh in toward the center of the body as much as you can. And then the left arm comes back for stability. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, begin your twist. Fully inhabit each of your breaths. Don't let any of them be halfway or haphazard. Live and breathe fully. Inhale, come back to center. Cross your legs. And what do you say we roll it all the way down? Right down to the back. Oh, that was good. We're going to lift our feet up toward the ceiling. Slide your hands up the sides of your legs. Grab a hold of your shins, your ankles, or perhaps the outside of your feet. Draw the knees down towards your armpits and really see if you can press down through the lower back. Relax your shoulders. Feel the earth's grounding energy holding you steady. Feel connected. Happy baby, Ananda Balasana. Want to create a little motion, a little rocking motion, just like a baby. There's a reason this feels so good to them. Feels good to me right now. Rocking back and forth. Bring your feet together. Let your feet come all the way down. We're going to extend both legs down the mat. And I've got one more side stretch for you as we ease towards Shavasana. So we're going to place the body right in the center of the mat and then slide both heels over to the right corner. And come into Banana Asana. Lift your arms up overhead. And if you can keep your arms parallel, that's great. If they need to be a little bit more open to accommodate your shoulder ease, then they can be more in a V. But with the arms overhead, start to scoop the top part of your body over to the right corner of your mat. So now you're creating the shape of a crescent, or some might say the shape of a banana. Option here to take the right ankle and cross it over the left, if you like. And we're just going to breathe and open up that left side of the body. So I'd like you to imagine the breath as a beautiful puff of air floating up from the outside of your left ankle all the way over the knee, swirling around the hip, dancing among the ribs, softening under the armpit and coming all the way out the left fingers. Imagine this beautiful little puff of air softly tickling up and down the left side. Providing life, energy, oxygen. Take 3 more breaths on this side. Cross your ankles if you have them crossed. Slowly slide your feet back to center. Bring your shoulders back to center, and then just keep scooting them over to the left corner of your mat. Slide both heels to the left corner of your mat. You want to cross the left ankle over the right this time, just to anchor that leg down. That's an option. Start to breathe and open up the right side of the body, just as we did the left. Really helps to visualize that oxygen touching every part of the anatomy. Softening as it goes. Inhalations and exhalations. More breath here. And you can start to scoot your body back to the center, shoulders and heels come back to the center line. And we're just going to settle ourselves right here in the middle. Nice neutral position, corpse pose, or whatever posture you'd like to take for your Shavasana. See if you can feel the little buzz of awareness, openness, surrounding your sacred space right now. breath in with a little bit more intention. Bringing your mind and body back to your place on the mat. So bring your feet up to the mat. Perhaps hug your knees into your chest. Take a deep breath in. Let it out. And then as you're ready, create some organic movement and just help yourself back up to sitting. Come together. Raise our arms up, reach them overhead. Fill your space with love and gratitude. Exhale. And draw it back tenfold into your heart. May you have peace of mind and peace of heart all the rest of your evening. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. It is an honor. Om Shanti and Namaste. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're